Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Speaking, I delayed the Mazi this time. It was not the other people delaying me, but I delayed it. And I thought I had time. For me to see that I didn't have time. I called him and said, how far? He said he was fresh. Okay, just be on standby. Let's connect. Okay. Thank you for that setup on Thursday. That's setup. You want me to eat my words, and successfully you did that. I am one of the persons who opine that anytime a lady contests against men,
yes,
and the lady does fairly well, I'll go for the lady.
Yes.
Not just against any lady, an iron lady. I know that this is by itself, and then. Well, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you so much, sir.
I didn't know the outcome of the vote. I didn't know what I scored. I know I scored something. But I must appreciate every man that did otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, every man that dared to vote for me and the one Moshe, because it means I'm so decent. I'm not saying that the Maz is not decent and the rest. It means a strong will. To resist.
To have stayed.
Yeah, to have stayed in the man in a face of such a position. These men are decent. I give them thumbs up. And not to appreciate the female also who decided to queue behind us. Like
yes.
Amaka and
yes, them.
V also Olivia from the so they're also strong with to have also decided to vote against the woman.
Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just before we continue, I want you to take a look at this picture. Honorable Doctor, if you can come closer to me, so that this will give a right perspective on what we're talking. We're talking about maintenance of public infrastructure. And then we've picked two case studies. I mean, some of the roads that are being done, are they maintenance on them? And some of this is actually a school. It's GSS Day, and
sorry,
excuse me. This is supposed to be a classroom. This is a staff room.
Staff room.
Yes.
Where teachers sit and wait.
Yes.
Staff room.
Yes.
That is Bacha now.
This is what the inside looks like, sir.
Oh, beautiful. And I will tell you why I said beautiful.
It was in 1940.
It's now, sir.
It is now.
This is the classroom. This is toilet. This is the library.
Library.
Yes, those are the books.
Oh wow!
You can see just two shelves.
This is 5-star
at the last end of the hall.
As big as the hall.
Yes.
So
no windows.
Where are the tables?
And you sit in the floor and read.
This is 5-star primary school.
This is what the classroom looks like.
No primary school GSS,
yes, junior secondary school. Day.
That's the roof. Go up a bit. There's one picture there.
Okay.
Look at that one now. No, down.
This one.
Down again.
Okay.
No,
up.
Okay. Keep going. That one. Is it not on your left?
Yes, it's part of it. It's part of it.
But Sahel, the pictures that you just showed, you know why I said those pictures are beautiful, and why I said I'm giving this one 5-star. You know, hotel, they have what they call 5-star hotel. This one looks like a 5-star. And the reason why I said that, there was a video I saw 2 months ago. I think I also shared it on my platform as well. There was no batch at all. The children were practically sitting under a tree. You understand? So I think that school also had, it was primary school, that school also had only one teacher or so. The rest of the teachers, they've left. This is really unfortunate. And I simply do not accept that it's lack of fund. You know, that's why our children will, sit down and learn in this kind of environment. Because if you look at the people in positions of authority, you find them wasting money on things that are not necessary. I think education and health should be number one in every government, anywhere in the world. Education and health. Okay? So if your children in junior secondary school, this is the best that you can give them. And you can't tell me that whoever is the local government chairman is not aware that you have a school like this. What's the job of the councillor?
He might not be aware.
He might not be. So what's the job of the councillor? There's some people in that place elected somebody to
when I started the show, I started also with the issue of the collapsed building in Kubwa on Saturday. And I mean, I appreciated the CP, who constantly, I know he will show up.
Yeah.
But I appreciated the chairman because I was surprised that he showed up.
At all. I mean,
He even knew. Yes, that he's even aware. In fact, I was surprised that the chairman of the Buhari Area Council came around. I was surprised because the CP and these guys were there before any other person got there. So I was even when I saw the clip of the chairman speaker, I'm like, okay, thank you. It's worth appreciating that you even came out and to come and show that you know about this. Thank you. But this is what we're talking about. So it's not by just carving out infrastructures to say, no, we've built how many roads, we've built how many bus terminal, we've built this, we've built that. The most important conversation here is what is the maintenance structure for some of this good infrastructure that we're doing.
But before, I'm aware that a few years ago, I don't know if that policy is still in place. Like any federal government building that you see, they used to have that agreement with them. Maybe it's part of the contract where when they finish building that particular place, commission it like we do here. That particular construction company will always see their staff around that particular structure. They are the ones to maintain the lift, operate it. You always see them around the plumbing job, all those things. You will until a particular time where you won't even see any of them again. Maybe they've handed over. Maybe that maintenance thing was for 10 years. But I feel that they should go further. That let it be part of the job that, yes, we awarded this. We awarded the construction.
Let me hold you. Let's go for a break.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
This is Nigeria Info.
And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is...
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you.
You can also get it on Jumia.
Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Wow, Folake, this your new office space looks really nice. So just take a look at this furniture.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's not why I came. Your daughter's wedding was fantastic. Folake, who gave you all this money now? See souvenirs everywhere, courtesy of the bride's mother.
It is not who, it is what.
The AXA endowment policy gives you the benefits of target savings and life insurance in one plan. Call 0700 AXA Mansard or visit axamansard.com to get started. Terms and conditions apply.
Abuja!
Introducing the first of its kind in Nigeria.
The first radio just for kids. It's here at 101.7 Kids FM Lagos.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes.
It's going to be fun for kids on your airwaves 24/7.
Talking about from exciting games
Check.
to juicy gist
Double check.
and great music.
Super check.
All these and more on your number one PlayStation 101.7 Kids FM.
Don't be the last to join the train. Download the Kids FM app on your iOS or Play Store today.
And listen to Kids FM anywhere in the world.
Stay tuned on the go.
You can stream on our website at kidsfm.ng. And guess what? Kids FM is coming to your city real soon. So watch out because it's going to be more fun on your airwaves.
So tune in and stay locked on 101.7 Kids FM.
Let's play.
The event the Nationals is coming. August 12th in Lagos. Witness the brightest minds from across the country in a battle of intellect and eloquence.
Have you ever wondered if controlling resources will be the key to dismantling?
Yes, a child has not been properly academically satisfied.
Where has such person not also get experience, like your fifth point?
Experience fierce competition.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This 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 is Nigeria Info.
Connection established.
Audio Jungle.
Maintenance of public infrastructure in the FCT. We're getting very beautiful infrastructures now in the FCT, whether we agree or yes. Very beautiful structure. Road network improved. The metro line. We also have three bus terminals coming soon. One in Central area, one in Kogbo, and the other one in I think Mabushi. But we need to start talking about maintenance so that we don't see cases like this type of secondary school. And if we, of course, when we open the phone line, Honorable Dr. Usanforgod, you'll be shocked at what people would start to say. I remember when me, you, Mazi, and hey, what's this? Our brother who has traveled, is it Femi, Engineer Femi, talked about manhole covers and how it has wounded a lot of people because sometimes maintenance have not been done. We also saw that the road around FCDA, they changed the type of manhole. It looks like something that is fitted into the road, but you can also remove it when you need to do any maintenance there. But what's your take, and how can we start to do some of this maintenance, looking at this school as a case study?
It's very sad that many years ago, maybe around the early or late 60s and early 70s up to about the 80s, that you had structures, beautiful structure. In fact, secondary schools then were qualified to be universities these days. You had beautiful building for primary school, as was brought by by missionaries and then government. Solid. It's sad that fast forwarding to this 2024 and some years back, that the buildings structures we have are just a shadow of what we used to have. one would have thought that if we had such in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, that what we should have now should be better. But the opposite is the case. Now the question will now be, are we striving towards progress or retrogression? Now, straight to your question, I think what need to change, sir, is the general mindset of every Nigerian in regards to what does not belong to them. And by this, I mean even from our homes, from our children, our wives and our husbands. I mean, that bill that you are not the one paying, how do you react to the usage? Something that you know that, okay, if a NEPA card is exhausted, it won't come from you. What is your mindset about managing it? What is your reaction about managing it? That, whatever, the gas that you know that when it's finished, you are not the one that will pay. I mean, talk about children and our wives, our husbands. You know, what is your mindset about it? What I have discovered is that anything that we are directly responsible for replacing when it finishes or when it gets spoiled, to fix, we are more careful about it. And so anything that is our own, everybody's own, nobody cares about it. As I speak to you right now, in our compound this morning, there was no water. Not because water board didn't supply water, but because there's no pumping machine to pump water to the reservoir. What happened? The guy responsible for, pumping this water, monitoring it, and then putting it off, allowed the machine to work for close to 2 hours. And the result was that kaput, of which we don't know what it may entail, whether it's capacitor, whether it's to total replacement or recoiling. We don't know. Now, again, when people are given contract, that has to do with government, you see the code is beautiful. And then the quality of what is actually the last, what is delivered is not up to the code. Okay, because I think that, yes, I think that when you submit a code for a particular structure, a contract, I think the standard you have put
procedure.
In place. For instance, you have said that, okay, the foundation would cost this, it will cost this number of cement and all of that. Now, if you quote 10 bags of cement for a particular project and it is approved, and then in the execution, you are using 3 bags of cement, is that not much more than armed robbery, kidnapping, and even witchcraft? Because at the end of the day, what armed robbers do, they kill people. What witches do, they kill people. If the building you set up collapses and kill people, the both of you have committed the same offense. Now, I'm going back to the point I made that what concerns us directly. These contractors who execute this contract, when they are building their own building, would they do the same thing? Yes, you hear them say, they ask you questions. If you are into anything, you want to buy paint, they ask you, is it your house? I'm telling you the truth, you want to ask an inquiry, they'll ask, is it your house? So if it's your house, they advise you on what to do, what to purchase, and how to go about it.
You say, no, it's just for rent. You say,
it's just for rent.
Buy this one.
This dog go good. In rent, I bet this toilet is okay now. So it means that what is for us is less quality, and then what is for me should be properly taken care of. Now, the route linking from Sanabacha Way, behind CBN, that links you to the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, that was just commissioned right now. That place, as soon as you slope that CBN, it's already galloping, it's already swelling, it's already bad.
Yes.
And I can tell you that.
In fact, I saw it some days ago.
Yes, sir.
I almost called, was it you or Mazi? I almost called that. What's going on? Because there's almost like a ditch.
You get it, sir. Swelling. Now, is it a fault of the minister? The answer is no. Is it the fault of the president? The answer is no. Whose fault is it? I think it's the fault of the contractors and probably those who were supposed to supervise. And then even approve that. Now, again, in Nigeria, we do not have people come to answer for their mistakes. I wish and I hope that the time will come when one white man will be docked on account of poor construction or job not well done. But because they know that we are good, we are very kind people, we are very religious people, leave it to God, and anybody does anything. I don't want to recommend a certain kind of leadership in this country, but I recall once upon a time, before we have this democratic setup, those people that wear uniform, one of them was telling the contractors that this is the last time that you come to this country and you construct what is substandard. I remember his name very well. We were very, very young. He was threatening them. He said, we'll give you road to construct, and you didn't do very well. He was threatening them. And they dare not. Some of the roads and structures that I enjoying today were not done now. They were done maybe during the colonial era and into the military era. I'm not recommending the military. The military leadership is outdated. It's not democratic. It's not an acceptable form of leadership worldwide. But if there are things that were done then that were very good in terms of enforcing certain laws, the democratic setting
can copy that.
Yes, can copy that. Can copy that. Somebody doesn't come and does a contract that cannot last with taxpayers' money.
But right, Honorable, you have pointed a big problem, and I don't know if Mazi also noticed it. You point a very huge problem, and this problem cuts across. And I'm sorry to say, it cuts across even our political offices.
Yes, sir.
And the problem is about what you just said. Our thing. And my team.
Yes. So let me just even tell you, even in religious worship, in churches, the way we come, those beautiful chairs, the air condition, people just come in there, switch them on anyhow, not knowing that there are some of them are a program. It's not what you just press with a switch. Then what about the church buses? People just come into the buses, you eat chewing-gum, eat everything and throw away church bus. And then
it's not their thing.
Yes, it doesn't concern them. And then they even come to church, and then the first thing is to use their hand to swipe on the chairs to ensure that the chair doesn't have dust for them to sell it.
Because somebody should have cleaned it.
Somebody should have cleaned it. And I'm rounding up, sir, just 30 seconds, sir. And those buses are being driven by drivers that are being paid. And I told one of them that it is your office. Before you take people on Sunday, ensure that you have cleaned this bus by Saturday. So it's neat and it gives you, makes you walk shoulder tall. Thank you, sir.
I think this is what we need to be talking about, because if we begin to see, if we start seeing public infrastructure as from our taxpayers' money, we will then understand that it is not our team, it is my team. Because if you really understood that from that your salary, they deducted tax and the tax went to government and government is using that tax to fund public infrastructure.
And that when there is a fault, they will still take from
that your tax. So that's why somebody like Mazi could follow that Babambola to Metama to say you want to steal this thing. Because Mazi knows that if he pays tax, they will use his tax to replace it. But when we have this mindset of no be government, they go fix them now, and that's why you see most of our government vehicles for our civil servants, you see them in dilapidated states. I see them in the morning when they bring some of them to work.
Sir, let me tell you what they do, sir. Some of these government drivers, when they are sent on errand, maybe your boss takes you to a place for a meeting. While the meeting lasts, you see them inside these government cars, wind up AC on, sleeping.
Yes. They will tell you, no be government, they pay for the fuel.
So if it was your vehicle, you are fueling it, you are servicing it, would you wait in a car for 2 hours and the AC is on, you are sleeping?
There's an adage in my language that says, a goat that belongs to everybody, na hunger they kill him. Do you understand me? Because if it's your own goat, your own, in the morning, you go to the bush
and give it something to eat.
Grass, something that the goat will eat. By the time it messes up where you kept it, you know how to clean it up. I'm going to put the blame on two places. Number one is, I still think that National Orientation Agency, I don't know whether it has to do with funding or not, but I think they need to do a lot to reorientate us. They are the ones to change our mindset, to carry that message across. That is number one. Number two, the attitude of our government politicians can also make even a Nigerian who is patriotic to give up. Remember what I said last Monday. Those of us who still have hope that Nigerian will work, we are begging the politicians not to also kill that small hope that is still left in us. Everybody is leaving the country. Everybody is jabbing. But those of us who still believe that here can work, encourage us. Because the reason why I said that is this. That attitude most times will come from the fact, yes, I know it's my tax that I paid, but when I see somebody who is a president, a governor, a deputy governor, a senator, or a local government chairman, and you find them, you have not paid teachers, but you're buying more SUVs. You're spending millions to maintain a particular project. And then I will say, so why will I bother about this part? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you that this morning when I was coming to my work, my auntie's vehicle is bad, so I had to, take her to her office this morning. And I remember we had a conversation that, went in this particular direction of what we are talking about this morning. People need to have leaders that when you look at them, you want to do better.
True.
You understand? If you've been in the village, you've taken sheep to the bush where you tie them for them to feed. In the evening you bring them back. All you need is to grab one female or that one. Once that one follows you, the rest follows. Do you understand me? Wherever this one goes, all of them they are going, even if they are eating.
I hate
that. You understand what I'm saying? Once somebody is up there, everybody lines up. Sahel, imagine having a governor who he comes to this place with just 2 vehicles. Not expensive vehicle.
I think I'm the only governor that do like that.
He drives to this particular this kind of secondary school. You understand? He says, why is this place in this? Okay, we don't have money. But what is it going to cost us? 5 million. Government, we have like 2 million. What do we do? Sahel, for the fact that guy has not, been flamboyant the way he, lives, you will see ordinary citizens like you and me giving government money. 5 million, you have 2 million, I'm giving 1 million, this one is giving 50,000. People will gather together. I saw a video when the late Jerry Rawlings was the president of Ghana. Ghanaians will come out and help to construct rail. We help carry that iron, move it to the side, and he's there with them working. He will join them to dig the hole where they need to dig gutter. He will join to dig where they need to carry bucket. You find people leaving what they are doing to join. If you have a leader, once Sahel, you see, to fix Nigeria is easy. I'm sorry, I don't. You see all these. Let's pray for Nigeria. This is just a waste of time. If you like, pray from today till tomorrow. It's not going to. I'm coming, sir. This is my opinion, sir. It cannot change anything. It cannot change anything because the countries where this past week as well, I saw the former Netherlands Prime Minister leaving office on a bicycle, and people were waving. I didn't see armored vehicle and people with bullion van trying to clear everybody.
The road is very small.
He was just riding his bike. Everybody was waving and happy. Why? You delivered. But when you find you have a leader, you are moving from here to, let's say, where you want to go worship or you want to go attend a particular vehicle, a particular location, you have over 1,000 vehicles. Which money are you using to fuel? So when leaders see that kind of thing and they see somebody destroying the little that we've built, he will say, if you're wasting billions, why will I stop this guy that is destroying something of 50,000? That's why you see why do you think that when small thing happens, people will turn to burning public properties? I condemn that always. You see a policeman, you want to go and burn. Why? Because you feel like those who are supposed to manage these resources that we are complaining that is mega, that is small, they are wasting the ones there. So let me take out my anger on this.
All right.
The problem is still on leadership.
The problem is still on leadership. That's what Maz is saying. Right Honorable Usanforgod thinks that it's a mindset thing when we don't see public infrastructure as our own, looking at taxpayers' money, then we would not mind wasting it. And also, this also brings to also private sector because most of the times we say government. There are also private sectors that have set aside budget for CSR. These are the kind of things we're talking about. It is important that you also channel your CSR to the right places. I mean, there is nothing stopping you if you go to government and say, oh, our CSR this month is 2 million. Can this 2 million fix anything in education in a particular location? Not some of this very highbrow location. No. You see, company wants to do CSR. You go to Asokoro or Metama to do CSR. No, that's not what we are talking about. Amak is not the only place in FCT.
I'm telling you.
We have 6 area councils. Yes, so you can go and do, yes, Abaji is there. You can go and do something there that will benefit the public. And it's also the public to also know that it is important for them to know that they must keep that infrastructure well. One time I was in Garden Alley in Kano for a research work for a project that we had done there. And guess what I saw there, sir? I saw that UN did water system for them, and it also have solar, powered by solar, and then it also have the manual way to pump it. You can't go to that water system and press any spoil because that water system is the entire community's water.
So you dare not try
I say the men in the community, they take turn. as you are guiding today. And they are not guiding because they know that anybody in the community want to destroy it. They are guiding because they feel that if you can't operate it, I will be there to help you operate it so that you don't spoil it.
Spoil it for us.
Let's go to the phone line 0700 951 0000. WhatsApp is 003993037. Those are the numbers to call, and you can also call us via WhatsApp. Good morning, Sir L. July 29th is the answer to bad governance and public looting of funds by politicians in Nigeria. Not okay. Solomon from Gaiki, we hear you. He says it's not by prayer. There's an answer coming. Okay. You can call us. Use the WhatsApp option if you can get us on 0700 951 0000. Or you can send a message via Facebook. Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Whatever works for you, works for us this morning. And let's look at what our Facebook community are saying this morning, looking at maintenance of public infrastructures in the FCT. Is not all about clamoring for this infrastructure. It's also what mindsets are we using for this infrastructure? Do we own the infrastructure enough to be able to caution each other when we see that our brother is trying to misbehave with those infrastructure? Let's take this call via WhatsApp this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Umar. I'm calling from Guarinho.
You're welcome, Umar. Let's talk.
All right. So, public infrastructure, CSR, and all of that. Like I think one of your people said, one of the guests, if we don't own it, we will never take care of it. You know, we need to own these things. But then when you have now, for instance, if you go to a community where they have bought a transformer, there is no way anybody will come and tamper with that transformer and they will not do anything about it. But areas where governments have provided, you will see them exposed. You know, the parts have been stolen and all of that. So what we need to do is own these things, because if we do, and then the sad thing is that once these the infrastructure are tampered with or destroyed, it is the same people that will complain now and say this is happening. You know, this has happened. Government is not doing. Government has done its part. We all need to do our part as citizens. Okay, the CSR thing you're talking about. You rightly mentioned that FCT AMAC is not the only place. However, in those other areas that they do these things, they will not spend as much as they would here because there isn't much attention over there. So they may just go and do a hand pump borehole over there and then, you know. But once it's FCT where there's attention, you will see them spending lots of money, and then you will see the lights, camera, and action, and all of that taking place. So I think as citizens, we need to own these things, you know, make them ours. When we see people tampering with the street lights and all of that, we should be able to, you know, we don't have power for citizens arrest, but I mean, we should be able to do that.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. While he was talking, I just remembered. I don't know any of the elders with me, whether Mazi or Right Honorable. I don't know if you've been to Idu in recent time. All those beautiful solar lights, they are not there again. Most of them. They are gone. In fact, Idu is too far, sir. After the life camp roundabout, as if we are turning to Gwarimpa, you know those lights that we were in this studio, all of us, so including High Chief, shouting about it. Then the former administration, the former FCT minister, they did that light. We came here, we praised them. Now, they are not there yet.
They are done. Vandalized.
Now, those poles are high up there. Who stole them?
Yeah, how did they climb that thing to take those?
Well, how they climb that thing is not even a main challenge. I recall that in 2009, when Nigeria was to host one of these age football tournament,
yes, sir.
In Calabar, some electricians dressed themselves like maintenance staff and climbed those things that were being put in place
and remove them
to attempt to remove them, but they were caught. So, and to answer that question, it means that anyone who can steal such things has idea about it being fixed. So, please permit me to just make this statement. While I agree totally that there's a God factor, there's a man factor in everything, I strongly also believe that there's also a God factor in everything that we do. I am a product of prayers, and I won't come and say I want to pray for what a man should do. I won't do that because the Bible talks about your works, your faith, and your works. There's a place of man and there's a place of God. I listened to Donald Trump, I listened to the campaign that is going right now. They both of them repeatedly have mentioned we pray, we believe God. Even the footballers, the English side, I listened to their side also I'm not a mediocre. But I also know that everybody has his opinion. I mean, to your worship, to your religion. But we cannot totally eliminate or disagree.
The side of God.
Yeah, the side of God in everything.
Right.
Even the developed country don't do that.
All right.
Yes.
Uzo Francis Namani says, watching live from Enugu State. He says, good morning, Effizy and everyone in the studio. Maintenance of infrastructure facility in FCT. He says, unarguably, very important. Government should not allow our infrastructure facility to decay. Maintenance culture should be imbibed. Thank you and God bless. We see your comments. Thank you so much. Let's look at some comments on WhatsApp here this morning before we go for a break. Chima from Apo says, good morning, Sir El and the guest. One of my major problems we have in this country is lack of maintenance culture. Like your guest rightly said, public infrastructure are seen as nobody's property. The major cause of corruption, those that manage this infrastructure prefer to build new structures than maintain the existing one. This is because more money comes from awarding the contract for new structures. No country grows economically with this kind of attitude. I appeal that maintaining the public infrastructure like our personal property. Chima from Apo had that to say this morning. We're sorry we can't pick any call because we anticipate to go for a quick commercial break. So when we come back, we'll continue with the calls. Good morning, Sir El, the only billionaire that is not listed by the Phobos. This is Emeka from Karo. It is unfortunate that we just had some numerous amount of terrible incidents in just 1 week. From various institutional responsibility to check the integrity of these structures and about all the collapse and the burning of tankers. It is very disappointing to going roundabout without doing anything about it. God forbid, if care is not taken.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.